All right, Shalom. First and foremost, Kwahala Yahal Bashim Yashar Bashim Kwakadash. Double honors to the head apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Yakim out there in the highways and byways, noise in this road abroad, all around the world through the spirit and power of our Lord Yahal Bashim Yashar. So, I want to talk about, putting off that old man and put on the new man. Because once you come in this truth, you're a new creation in Yahweh Shai. You know, you're no longer that old guy or that old man that you were, before, prior coming in the truth, you know. And there's a lot of things, you gotta put off, once you come in this truth, you know, that you can't do, you know. And that's, your diet, what you've been eating, like prior coming into the truth, you was probably eating pork or shrimp, crab, lobster, you know, those abominable, foods, you know. You're gonna have to put that off, because then there's laws stating that you can't eat those things no more. And also to your prior to how you look, like you probably didn't have a beard on your face, you probably didn't grow your beard like that. But now you as a man, you have to have a beard on your face. Why? Because it's the law. You know, and certain things like, for example, lineups and having long hair, dreads, long braids. You're gonna have to cut your hair, and you're gonna have to stop getting those lineups. Because those are all against, it's against the law. So you're gonna have to put those things off. You can't bring who you were, you know, prior to coming in the truth. You can't bring that with you in the truth. You're gonna have to let that go. But a lot of Israelites, like some Jakes out there, they just don't want to do that. They can't. They have a problem with putting that old man off. You know, that's because they got one foot in the world and they got one foot in the truth. At the end of the day, it's either you're in the world or it's either you know it's either you're in the world or you're in the truth. You can't have it both ways. You can't be on both sides of the tracks, so to say. But Jake, they want to have it like that, and eventually, what's gonna happen if they don't turn from their wickedness, and if they don't turn to giving their full attention to Yahweh Bashem Yashai, ultimately Yahweh Bashem Yashai is gonna destroy them. You know, and and that's just gonna be the bottom line because you can't have one foot in the world and one foot in the truth. You just can't do it like that. That's not how this thing works. That's not how it works in this truth. You know, but let me get the precept right here that I got. This is Ephesians chapter 4 verse 22, and it reads that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. So the old man is corrupt, and those things that I talked about, those are the corruption. Having, not growing your beard, or getting lineups and shape ups, you know, having that long hair, having them long dreads, you know, that's corruption. You are not to have those. You are not to be like that no more. Now you gotta follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You gotta, rehearse the righteous acts, like it says in Judges 5:11. Let me get that real quick. So this is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11, and it reads, "They that are delivered from the noise of archers, and in the place of drawn waters, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gate." You know, so here it is, we're in the places of drawn waters. So when you're drawn waters, what does that mean? You're a slave. And that place is talking about here in America, you know. So we're in the place of drawn waters. And here, the scripture just said that we are to rehearse the righteous acts, you know. And one of the righteous acts is, you know, growing your beard, you know, not getting lineups, you know, not getting shape-ups, not having long hair, you know. You know, not eating abominable foods, you know, not sleeping with your neighbor's wife, you know. Remembering the Sabbath, you know, and only serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, these are the righteous acts that we are to rehearse, you know. So when you come in this truth, you're a new creation in Yahweh Shai. You're brand new. You know, you're born again, you know, like the scripture says, you know. Meaning that you put off that old man, you put off the ways that you were when you was in the world. You know, you put on that new man and you start rehearsing these the law, statutes, commandments. You know. Because that's the whole duty of man. You know, that's what we are to do as Israelite men. Let's get that here. There it is. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, and it reads, it says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, fear the Most High, and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man." You see? So this is the conclusion. You know, we got to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and keep the commandments. For the scripture says this is the whole duty of man. You know? And one of those commandments is, you know, not to have long hair. You know, not to get shape-ups or get lineups and things like that. You know? Scripture says, for this is the whole duty of man, you know, to keep the commandments. So this is what we ought to do as men of the Lord, you know, as men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's to fear the Most High and keep the commandments, you know. But if these other Israelites, they don't, you know, if they don't get with the program, you know, and they want to do their own thing in this truth and call themselves men of the Lord, then eventually Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to destroy them. You know, and that's just the bottom line, because that's what the word says. So with that, you know, this is just a quick hit, giving all praises and glories due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakwak Wadash, Shalom.